Cozy mysteries are one of my favorite genres of books. Now, the thing about cozy mysteries, though, is that they follow a strict set of rules. And if you don't follow the rules as an author, they're not true cozy mysteries. My special guest today on Meet the Author is a cozy mystery author. She's got 36 books already written and more to come. So if anybody knows about the rules of cozy mysteries, it's this lady. Please welcome to Meet the Author, Karen McSpade. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Stevie. I'm so happy to be here. And I love that introduction because Cozy Mystery does kind of have what I call cozy conventions or guidelines that we as authors who write in this genre really have to respect.
Right.
Because readers are quick to put a book down if it doesn't follow the cozy guidelines. So basically, I kind of break it down into like three categories. And the first thing is you've got to have a cozy, charming town or setting, right? So every cozy mystery is going to take place in just some cozy, charming place. It may be an English cottage, it could be a seaside village, it could be a mountain lodge, a cozy mountain lodge. In my Piper Sandstone books that I started with when I first started publishing, that cozy town is Savory, Alabama.
Right.
And it's a town full of delicious recipes. The books have lots of recipes in the back of them. But the basic idea is you're going to have this cozy, charming setting where the story takes place.
So
The
New York
second
would
yeah.
so New York City or London or Sydney would never ever be a location of a cozy mystery.
You're not going to see that a lot. You're not going to see that a lot. You're typically going to see a smaller town, more cozy setting than like a big set, a big city like you'd see in like a dystopian or some kind of novel that's going to take place in a bigger city.
Right.
You don't see that as much in cozy mystery. The second thing, and this is kind of fun because you can break this convention. Authors do break this convention some, and you can get away with it. There's usually an amateur sleuth.
Yeah.
So the main heroine of the story is usually, your average citizen, your next door neighbor. They can be maybe the owner of a tea shop or maybe a owner of a bakery store, or they might have a special hobby. Like there was a book I saw out, I can't remember the name of it, but it was hilarious. It's about yoga and meditation. It's a
Mhm.
cozy mystery about yoga. And so the main heroine is a yogi instructor. Um, so you'll see kind of just your average everyday people as sort of the heroines of these kind of stories, and they're an amateur sleuth typically. Now, I have seen certain cozy authors break that
Mhm.
and use people that aren't necessarily an amateur sleuth. And as long as they abide by the other rules, they can usually get away with it.
I
Uh,
noticed that you said heroin as well, and I've picked that up through all the cozies I've read. There's no men as the lead protagonists in cozy mysteries. Is that the other unwritten rule?
Well, you're going to primarily say, I don't want to say never, because I think I've read, now I've not personally read it myself, but I think I have read about some, and I forget, they call this subgenre something, what is it called? I can't remember what they call it, but it's got a funny name. But there are some cozy mysteries that feature males
Okay.
as the hero of the book. But typically, I'd say 99% of the
Yeah.
time, it's going to be more female heroines.
Hmm.
Um, the other main thing, and this one you do really have to abide by, because this is where readers can get a little bit upset if authors don't. So, no violence, no
Yeah.
gore, no sex, and no cursing. And that one is not a rule that you want to break in cozy mystery, because that's part of what makes cozy um, charming, right? Is
Yes.
it doesn't contain those elements. Now, it doesn't mean it can't have romance, because a lot of great cozy mysteries, including my own, have a romance element in them, but it's clean, light romance,
Right.
right? It's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
closed door romance. It's nothing racy or anything like that. So those are kind of the rules that, as an author, I try to abide by for my cozy mysteries. Like I said, I have broken the one about the amateur sleuth because my very first cozy mystery series, which is Murder and Grits, and this is the Piper Sandstone mystery. She is a former Chicago detective who's
Right.
forced undercover as a waitress in Savory, Alabama,
Hmm.
and she meets these women. these older women. They run the Dentures and Diamonds Crime Squad. So they're they're a group of retired women who love sleuthing together and solving crimes. And so she befriends them, and they start solving a murder case together. So in that one, she was not an amateur sleuth. She was actually a Chicago detective that botched her first assignment. There's some bad cops that are trying to find her, so her uncle sends her to Savory, Alabama to protect her. And all kinds of great things ensue. There's a lot of humor in the story. There's a great scene with a pet alligator. I don't want to any spoilers, but there's a great scene in the book with a pet alligator named Lucky. I think I'm trying to remember what I named this alligator, but anyway, it's a hilarious scene where they stumble into the kitchen and think that somebody's in their kitchen. It's actually an alligator, and it was based on a true 911 call of a woman who came home from the grocery store, and she walked into her kitchen and there was an 8-foot alligator in her kitchen. So I was like, oh my God, that sounds like a
That's
scene in
going
a
into a
cozy
book.
mystery book.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So speaking of animals, and I don't know if it's a rule, but I certainly see it a lot in cozy mysteries, is that quite often there's a companion animal or a smarter than your average pet cat or dog that accompanies the heroine in solving a lot of the crimes. So
You see that all the time in cozy mysteries, pets. And I think because the people that read cozy mysteries are a lot of pet lovers, people
right,
that love pets. Because when
and I
I ask
certainly
my
do.
readers, hey, send me a picture of your cat or your dog, I mean, pictures come flooding in, flooding in. So I think, yeah, you'll find a lot of, and recently what I've noticed is it's always kind of been cats that have
Right,
predominantly
right.
taken the spotlight in cozy mystery, but I've noticed recently that dogs are starting to make their push for the spotlight. But yeah, you do see those furry friends and kind of supporting the sidekick,
Right.
or they're
But
the
that's
sidekick of the heroine.
but they're not it's not like a rule that you have to have an animal in your books like the other three rules, but it seems to be a very common theme. So it's like
Exactly.
a sub rule, a
Yeah.
rule if you want. Okay, great. So
There is like a subgenre of cozy animal mystery. And in those, you're always going to have an animal who kind of is the, um, kind of takes it plays a significant role in the story,
right.
right? So, yeah.
And so speaking of subgenres, and you're a champion of this as well, is paranormal cozies are a sidestep to your standard cozies, but they're very, very popular. And you've got two paranormal series.
Yes.
In fact, your
Yes,
best-selling series is a
I
paranormal
do.
cozy series.
Well, my best-selling, let me see if I've got it here. My best-selling paranormal series is my Crystal Beach Magic Mystery
Yeah.
series. And there are now 12 books in that series. The 13th book is coming out this summer, Until
Yay.
Hex Do Us Part. So that book's coming soon for my Crystal Beach fans. But the first box set collection, for anybody that's not familiar with it, this box set collection is the first 5 books in the series, Familiar Troubles. And it is such a fun, lots of great suspense. So there's a lot of supernatural suspense in it. Great character, and the cat Mojo, I think, stills the limelight, according to what
Yeah.
my readers tell me. They love Mojo. And then the second box set collection, I don't know if you can see this,
Yep.
is called Witch in Disguise. And this is books 6 through 10.
Wow. Okay. Great.
So this is definitely my best-selling series to date. It's been out, I think, since it came out in, I want to say spring of 2023 is when that series started launching, and it has really taken off. It has really done very well. So with this series, it's a younger witchy heroine. She's in her mid 20s, and she's
Okay.
just discovering that she has witchy powers.
Cool.
But her
Very cool.
grandmother, who is a very talented witch, her grandmother knows that Sydney has magical powers, and she wants to kind of help her develop her powers. And so the story kind of starts off, and I'm not giving anything away here, but her grandmother has moved to Crystal Beach, Florida, and she lives in a retirement home, and she's been accused of murdering someone in the retirement home. And so Sydney's mom, who doesn't like magic, has sent Sydney down to Florida to deal with her grandmother. She's like, "You're going to have to deal with her. I'm not going down there." So Sydney goes down there to kind of rescue her grandmother and investigate the murder to figure out who really did it. So, but as she is on that journey, she figures out that she's got magical powers too. So it's a really good character arc. There's a lot of progression in Sydney's character over the 12 books that are
The
out
12
there.
books,
And
yeah.
in the
Oh,
13th book coming out, she's going to be getting married. So
wow.
the
Big
character
character.
has really progressed through the series. Yeah.
Okay, so we've touched on two of your series. We've touched on the Piper Sandstone series, which is how I got introduced to you, and I'll come to that in a minute. And so you've got five series and some standalone books.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Piper Sandstone is the ex-Chicago cop who's now has a group of retirees as like a murder club in a
Yes.
way.
Yes.
Okay? And then you've got your paranormal supernaturals, which is Crystal Beach Paranormal. You've got a
Hmm.
series called the Deep Fried Revenge series. Now, I believe everything should be deep fried. I love deep fried food. So I'm instantly attracted to this series.
So
So
that's part of the Piper's. That's the second Piper Sandstone series is the Deep Fried Revenge series, and it's the Bacon Bodyguards and Ballistics. It's books 1 through 5, and
right.
that series is the one that has, I think, at the end of it, there's like 22 recipes at the end of that series.
Okay. I'm sold. I'm getting that. I'm gonna buy that series as soon as I finish talking to you because I need
Anybody that loves to cook, and it's in, the story takes place in Savory, Alabama. So I'm like, I
right.
got to do this right, and I love to cook. I think I'm a pretty good cook. And so when I did that series, I thought, you know what? I'm going to share a bunch of recipes in this series, and I actually hired a chef to help me write some of them. So some of the recipes are mine, and some of them are Lillian's. And I let her do an introduction in the book so she can talk about
Wow.
herself. But
Well,
yeah, it's a really good series.
I'm going to buy the series. I'm going to read the books. I'm going to review the books. I'm going to test some recipes, and I'll send you some photos.
Okay, that sounds
So
wonderful.
there's two more series. You've got the Sinclair Sisters Bakery series.
Yep, that one takes place in Chestnut Hills, Montana,
Hmm.
and it takes place at a bakery. There's three sisters. They run the bakery together. It starts off with a wonderful holiday book, Christmas Cakes and Crooks. Great mystery to solve. And then it goes into a murder mystery. So, Black Forest Cake Murder is the first murder mystery that the sisters are solving together. And then there's a third book coming out. I haven't set the release date yet, but there's a third book coming out in that series that I'm really excited about because it's about a missing family heirloom. It was a fun story to write. So that'll be the third book coming out in that series.
Great. And then you've got a new series. You don't stop. You're like a writing powerhouse, which is so please don't stop. Don't ever stop because I've got to catch up all 36 and then keep going. But a new series this year.
Yes. Yes. My new paranormal cozy mystery series
Yay.
is the Mystic Brew and Murder or the Magical Tea Shop Mysteries, which starts with Mystic Brews and Murder. So that's book one
Good
in
day.
this series. And what's unique about this series for me is it's my first paranormal cozy mystery series to write with a midlife witch.
Right.
So this
Okay.
story features Samara Snow. She's 40 years old. She's an orphan witch who doesn't know her parents. She doesn't really know where she came from. And she's kind of just been traveling around. She's never really found a place that felt like home to her. When things get too difficult, she just leaves and goes somewhere else, right? So she's kind of like this itinerant witch,
Hmm.
just kind of traveling the globe and not really setting down roots anywhere until she lands in Winter Haven, Maine. And she decides to open a magical tea shop there. And she makes a really good group of friends. And she kind of feels like, this kind of maybe could be my home. And so that is book one, Mystic Brews and Murder, which came out in January. It's doing exceptionally well. And then I just recently launched the second book in the series is Mystic Brews and Malice.
Nice. Okay.
And this story literally just launched on Tuesday. This book just launched on Tuesday. And it's a great continuation of the character arc. Her romance with the rugged, charming fisherman, Jack Andrews, is progressing a little. They're going on their first date. So everything with the character arc is progressing, and she gets pulled into another murder mystery investigation. This one is really fun because there's a lot of supernatural suspense in it. There's a local legend that she's hearing about, and there's some locals that are just mysteriously disappearing out at sea.
Oh, I love
And I
these.
don't want to give too much away, but there is a supernatural force. There could be an evil witch involved. But it's a really great mystery and a great continuation of that series. And it just launched on Tuesday, and it's already hit bestseller in the cozy mystery, cozy crafts and hobbies category.
Right.
So, really excited about how that book's doing.
Great. Well, as I mentioned earlier, I got introduced to you through the Piper Sandstone series. I did a launch day video for you back in March
Yes.
of the Star Spangled Murder, which I read the first chapter and I was like, okay, Karen McSpade is an author that I need to know more about because I just love the whole way that book developed. And Piper's a great character. Like she's a wonderful cozy mystery, even though she's slightly off the
Yeah.
traditional rules. I adore
Yeah.
her and I adore the retirees and the whole murder club thing that's going on there. So I have to go back, as I promised you, and read the first four in the series. But what's next for you? What's the next book that you've got coming out for whatever series? So this one's come out this week. What's the next
Yep.
one?
So the next book, so I've got the next book that I'll probably release is going to be the third book in the Mystic Brews, the Magical Tea Shop Mystery Series, because I've got it. It's ready to go. It's edited. I'm finishing up some marketing for that book, and then that's probably going to be the next one that comes out. It's called Mystic Brews and Mayhem.
Right.
So keep an eye out for that one this summer. That'll be coming out, and then the next book I'm going to release is the new Crystal Beach Magic Mystery, Until Hex Do Us Part.
Right.
Very excited about this book. It was so fun to write, to get to bring Sydney and John to the altar and everything that happens that seems to be interfering with their wedding. It was a really fun mystery to write. I'm excited to share that with the fans of that series.
Great.
After that, I have a brand new series I'm working on. I don't have a launch
Wow.
date set for it, but it's the Donna Maraschino Mysteries. And she's a school teacher. So this one, she's an ex-detective who became an art teacher at a high
Okay.
school. Okay. And so that new series, I finished book one on that. I'm working on book two, but I don't have a launch date set for it. But that's going to be coming out later this year, at least the first book in that series.
You've introduced us to a lot of your series, and a lot of my audience are new to this genre, and you need to hurry up and get into this genre, people, because cozy mysteries are just so fun. So I recommend starting with one of Karen's books because her books are so great. Where should they start? A newbie to cozy mysteries, where should they start?
This is what I tell people. They're like, where should I start with your books? You've got so many, where should I start? If you don't like paranormal, if you're not you don't like the supernatural, you don't like witches, all that, I would definitely start with Murder and Grits.
Yay.
And you can get the complete Savory Mystery series. It's all 5 books in the series. It's deliciously addictive. Once you start it, you won't be able to put it down. And as soon as you finish it, you're going to want to immediately go into the Deep Fried Revenge series that
Yeah.
Stevie mentioned. Bacon Bodyguards and Ballistics, the Deep Fried Revenge series. It's books 6 through 10. So then that's the continuation of the Piper Sandstone mystery. And then you're going to want to read, and sorry, I only have the proof copy because I just sent out a bunch of copies to readers. But you're going to want to go into Star Spangled Murder. This is such a fun
I love
mystery.
this book.
So that's where I would start if you don't like paranormal. If you're a paranormal fan, it's easy. I would start with Mystic Brews and Murder if you like midlife witches, if you want more of the midlife witch story. If you like a younger witch heroine who's kind of learning her magic, definitely Familiar Troubles, and then into Witch in Disguise. And that will keep you reading for a few weeks. That'll keep you busy. But those are good places to start. And if you like traditional, if you're more the traditional cozy, I would definitely start with my Sinclair Sisters Bakeries. That starts with Christmas cakes and crooks, because that's more traditional cozy, and I tried to emulate that style with that series.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. So much for your time, Karen. It's wonderful to finally meet you after all this time. And we'll be doing more of these in the future. I'm 100% sure of it.
Thank you so much, Stevie. I appreciate you inviting me.
Thank you so much. Cool.